Hey everyone, I just wanted to do this short video on formulating a research question. Now, in this class, people usually do one of two things. First, a qualitative case study. So as we go throughout the course, you're going to see there's a lot of different interesting questions like this behind me. Usually I focus on Latin America, but there's a lot of other areas in the world. Like, for example, this is Barack Obama and his wife Michelle with the most brutal dictator of Africa. Well, he's the most brutal dictator of Africa. He's been there since 1979. Question: why do we have good relations with him and his mass oil wealth of Equatorial Guinea, which he steals from the public, and not say Venezuela we put sanctions on? So, like, this is a good research question. Why do we have relationship with some dictators and not others? Why, do we invade some countries and not others? It doesn't even have to be an international relations question. This could be like, why does one state vote for Donald Trump and another doesn't? Why does another vote for Biden, another doesn't? Why does the great state of Massachusetts, where of course I have, why was that the first state to say legalize gay marriage and have quote unquote universal health care, whereas other states are very resistant? You could do anything from American politics, international politics, and it doesn't even have to be that political, even though this is, the social sciences. But you have to start thinking of variance, why one case went one way and another. A very good student of mine wrote a good qualitative case studies. It was like 20 pages. You don't have to do that. But, why was North Korea originally more economically developed than South Korea? And how did South Korea kind of develop past North Korea? Because remember when North Korea, which I'm sure you all remember, 1950s, invaded South Korea, the reason it could was because it did have more development. This is one of the things that's very interesting. Why, for example, is Russia invading Ukraine and not another country? You could do a lot of these different case studies, but the goal of a positivist case studies, as we'll get into with cause and effect, you want to trace out, like process tracing, the reasons why something happens, these interacting variables. I think that this is very interesting. So you can think about any cases you want. You could do a larger case, ask a big question like, why do we have relations with like Equatorial Guinea? And if you took another class with me, you might have seen a documentary on it, how he steals all the oil wealth, and not, a smaller case study on, oh, but we have it on this case, or vice versa, obviously. So you could do any case you want. Like when we do the Syrian case, why did Bashar al-Assad survive? And other leaders during the Arab Spring did not. These are very interesting things. You still got to think about it. You can apply this to just about anything you are interested in. When students say, "What do I do?" I say, "Well, what are you interested in?" If you want to go to the State Department, you can do a case on why one intervention worked and another one failed. If you want to study law, like many do, you can do cases, right? Why was, for example, Jodi Arias found guilty of murder, but Casey Anthony not? You know, and that you could do legal cases. They're very, very interesting for this kind of positive methods. The other thing is you could do a more interpretive paper. That's more of a how question, like how things get perpetuated and legitimized throughout time. As we'll do the kissing statue, as we'll do, what's a terrorist, etc. How do we socially construct? Right now, we see a lot of propaganda ads for the elections coming up. You could analyze them. People have done really cool things like how conspiracy theories in an interpretive way begin to develop, become legitimized, and the meaning of these conspiracy theories. So you could do a how question, narratives, discourse analysis is important to interpretive methods, how we socially construct the world through discourse. That's very important because you got to think, if I call in the immigration debate, if I say that person's illegal, then that word in and of itself is very, very powerful. And it'll say, that person deserves punishment. But if you say refugee, it's something else. So start thinking about interesting research questions. This class is very open to any type of paper that you are interested in and anything that can help you with your career. As we start doing big, large, and data towards the end of the semester, Probably most students don't do something on RO Studio until they take my statistics class and we really learn how to use the packages, which is very good for job seeking. But right now, with this research methods class, people do very good qualitative case studies, whether it's positivist, as you learn, or interpretive methods, more how we perpetuate and legitimize meaning. But they usually do something very, that they have an interest in, not me, but you. And they often focus on their career goals. I had a student in architecture, and she did something on, different types of architecture. Very interesting. So start thinking about how to formulate that research question. But you need in this class a research question. You can't just say, this is about Syria. This is about Barack Obama. This is about this. No, you need to ask an interesting research question, either why something happened or how something gets perpetuated and legitimized, like in propaganda or something like that in interpretive methods. So think either an interacting variable case study, why we have great relations with this brutal dictator, because he has oil, but a lot of people have oil. Iran has oil, right? Or a more interpretive paper, the competing narratives between, the United States and Russia over the Ukraine war. That would be an interesting paper too. So start thinking about the research question and have fun with it. Don't start freaking out. This is one of those class people start freaking out. Have fun with it. Do something that you're interested in. Take care, everyone.